Hey everybody, Blekgames again. Just coming back with the second of two deck builders toolkits deck building shows. We built a mono black devotion deck using the Nightmare, the Hythonia the Cruel, and the mono black devotion pieces they gave me. It was a little ho hum. There's not a lot of creature support in it. They gave us a couple kill spells and a whole bunch of trade life for card draws, which are good, very good, especially if you were playing limited. But the fact that I played two full hands and didn't shuffle very well, to be honest, but didn't get anything to put on the board kind of frustrates me. I think if I played it a bit more, it'd be okay. Likely you'd have to put some work into it. Like I said, a couple more Gray Merchants. I'm pulling out the Evolving Wilds because I'm going to build another deck. They also had a green-blue bounce deck. So, you know, creature could come into play, and then you bounce it, and you get the come back into play ability you get. So, what we're going to do is we're going to have the 4 Evolving Wilds, and for now, I've got my lands here. For now, I'm going to grab 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 islands, and you put the islands over here on my foil plane sideways. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 forests. So that's our land base, 24 lands, so we'll play with that. How did our rares treat us? Our rares, we have a Life's Legacy that came out of the M15 pack that came with that. Satyr Fire Dancer is not going to get used. Terra Stomper may make it. He's pretty heavy on the green mana. 3 and 3. 6 for a uncounterable 8/8 trample is pretty good, but he's pretty heavy green. Not playing red, so no Shivan. Not playing white, so no Aegis Angel. We probably won't end up playing the Mamalthi Djinn, but at least he, Ginny, at least he hangs out. And we're not playing white, so Render Silent can go away. Our gold, we have this Nyx Weaver that we won't use, Freakus Mender that we won't use, Vision of First Blade that we won't use, Cressus Incubation that we might use, and Sin Collector that we won't use. Extra lands, we have an Unknown Shores, which can help with color fixing, but I'm not super excited about it, and a Boros Guildgate, which isn't none of our colors. So we got a little bit of stuff to start out with. I'm gonna grab the artifacts. Where did they go? Did I put them on top of the black? Yeah, I did. So these are the 3 black cards that didn't make it. And we had Tyrant's Machine as a possibility, and Guardians of Meletis. We'll put the Tyrant's Machine down. Again, I'm pretty sure that I had more. Oh, okay. I set the deck down, the black deck down on top of the other ones. We have Bronze Sable, but it's the Opaline Unicorns and Traveler's Amulet that I think I might put in here. So let's take a look at our blue. These came with part of the bounce theme. Whenever these guys or another creature enters the battlefield under your control, tap target creature and opponent controls. Alright, well, he's a 3/3 flyer, but he costs 6, so he probably won't make it. Quickling, on the other hand, I really like a 2 mana for a 2/2 flyer that has flash, and when it comes into the battle, sacrifice it unless you return another creature you control to its owner's hand. Now, obviously, just playing it by itself would kill it, but if you have, say, an Omen Speaker that was played out before that, you can return the Omen Speaker to your hand and play it against Scry 2. So those are definitely 2 cards that'll go into there. Coral Barrier is kind of reasonable. We might play that. It's a 1/3 wall that puts a 1/1 Island Walking Squid onto the battlefield. Frost Links are good. We'll probably play those because they tap a dude down and they don't untap during its turn. Peel from Reality bounces 1 of yours and 1 of mine. 1 creature and 1 Jay's Ingenuity's instant speed, 3 cards for 5. Into the Void bounces 2 creatures to their opponent's hands. Vaporkin is a cheap flyer that can only block flyers. Another Omen Speaker. Voyage's End. Return target creature to its owner's hand. Scry 1. Scry 1's not bad. Divinations, yes. Pin to the Earth, nope. Sorry. Cancel, probably. Rise of the Eagles. 6 with the 2 blue, probably not. Negate. Frostlinks. Nullify. Counter target creature or aura spell. Decent sideboard, probably too narrow for this. Cloaked Siren, yes. Stratus Walk, draw a card, maybe. Divination, yes. Sphinx's Disciple, 5 for a 2/2 flyer that when it becomes untapped, draw a card. That could make it. Thassa's Rebuff, Blue Devotion, Crackling Triton, which is 3 and it has a red ability, so nope. Wave Crash Triton does the Frost Link's ability and has a bigger butt. He's 1/4 instead of a 2/2. But he only does that when he gets targeted by something heroic, so nope. Mnemonic Wall returns a instant or sorcery from your graveyard to your hand whenever it comes into play. So that could be a good one for the bounce. Mind Sculpt, if you're just going to run one, you shouldn't run it. Another Frost Link, Opal Lake Gatekeepers, which if we had gates would be interesting, but they're not. Mind Static, which is 4 mana counterspell that causes other people to have to pay 6 in order to get a spell through, which is usually a hard counter, but for 4 mana it better be. Runner's Bane enters the battlefield tapped enchanted creature, doesn't untap, but it can only be played on a creature with power 3 or less. I guess it's alright for killing something like a Royal Assassin or something like that that's small but that has a big effect. So we'll go into our green. We have the Satyr Wayfinder, who enters the battlefield. Reveal the top 4 cards of your library. You may put a land from among them into your hand. Put the rest in your graveyard. This was part of the black-green Graveyard Matters deck, and I'm probably going to pass on him. Though I'll put him off to the side in case we need more creatures. Commune with the Gods is very similar, only it's for enchantments. And since I don't think we're running a lot of enchantments, we're going to do this. We're going to get rid of it. This guy I'll probably run. Enters the battlefield with a number of 1/1 counters on it equal to the number of creature cards in all graveyards. So I'll probably run him. Nemesis of Mortals, which is costs 6 unless it costs 1 less for each creature in your graveyard. I'll keep it. Grave Robber Spider, which is a 4 with a reach. Right now I'll hold on to it. It's got a black ability that will be useless unless I use Opaline. Here's a 2/2 for 4, but when it comes into play, draw a card. I can deal with that. Here's a 1/1 for 2, which gives a +1 counter to a guy when it comes into play. Here's the Nessian Game Warden, which I pulled off when I did the unboxing. Look at X cards, where X is your forest, number of forests you control, and put a creature from them into your hand. Roaring Primodox, which is beginning of your upkeep, bounce a creature that you control. It's 4/4 for 4 otherwise. Reclamation Sage, which blows up a artifact or enchantment. It's 2/1 for 3. Garrick's Pack Leader, which is special to the deck builder and the promo convention decks. 4/4 for 5, that whenever you play a creature 3 or power 3 or greater, draw a card. Time to Feed, which is probably going to be our one of 2 kill spells we have. You choose a creature. When that creature dies, it says you gain 3 life and target creature fights. You control fights that creature. Swordwise Centaur, 2 for 3/2. Another Wayfinder. Voyaging Satyr, which is kind of nice because he untaps the land. Another Shaman of Spring. Elvish Mystics. Charging Rhino. Alright, we probably won't have a problem with creatures. Here's a Mana Fixer. When you play it, you enchant a land, and when it's tapped, it puts 3 mana into play. 1 of whatever the land makes, and 2 of whatever you want. Titanic Growth, +4/+4, basically a bigger giant growth. Centaur Courser, 3 for 3/3. Another Grove Dancer, the 2 for 1 with the +1/+1 counter. This Karametra's Favor basically makes any of your guys birds and also lets you draw a card. Nessian Starbreaker blows up an aura. Badger, Charging Badger looks awesome, has trample, is a 1/1. Nissa's Expedition allows you to convoke 2 search for up to 2 basic land cards and put them into play, right? Onto the battlefield tab. Yep. Sunblade Elf has the white. Verdant Haven does you gain 2 life when it comes into play, and when it's tapped, it adds an extra 1 of any color. Cruel Warrior is, he's a bear that late game can be bigger, but it's really not super useful. And Mutant's Prey, which you target creature you control with a +1 counter on it fights another creature an opponent controls. So you have to have +1 counters. We actually have some Alright, so I've sorted them all out by mana cost, and usually the simplest way I go about doing this is because it's a 2-color deck, you basically want to make it so you can play all your spells. So a lot of, if you have things that cost 2 or more of a certain mana that aren't game breakers, pull them. So we'll go Nemesis Immortal's gone, Mammothi Djinn gone, Terra Stomper I think can still do work here. Disingenuity stays, Sphinx's Disciple stays, Demonic Wall, Nessian, yes, Charging Rhino, no. Into the Void, Cloaked Siren, Grave Robber Spider, it has reach, but since we're playing blue, we'll have a lot more flyers, goodbye. Shaman of the Springs, Mana Fixer, I'm not going to play a 4-mana Mana Fixer. This guy is cool, because when he enters the battlefield you destroy target aura. Might be useful in the current standard, but for now, nope. This costs 1 of each, which it may go away eventually. Unicorns, Frostlinks, Divination, Cancel. We have 2 counter spells. I'm going to pull the counter spells because that's just not the focus of the deck. Where's the other one? Negate, which is non-creature spell. It's just not the focus of the deck. They can go sideboard if you wanted. Opaline Unicorn, mana fixing, I probably will leave out. We will go ahead and roll back through, get the Frostlinks, the 3 Divinations, 3 Frostlinks, 3 Divinations, and the Coral Barrier staying. Tyrant's Machine, I don't want to gum up 4 mana, tap things down. Some of these are, alright, so here's all the bounce stuff. Stratus Walk draws a card and gives something flying. Fastest rebuff, I probably won't have a lot of stuff out there. We're going to pull these Satar Wayfarers. Grove Dancer can be a bear at the very least. This guy can help fix mana, the Voyaging Satyr, the 2 mana, 1/2, untap. Titanic Growth, Satyr, carry Metra's Favor, draw a card, and help fix mana. Okay, fine. Life's Legacy, yeah, fine. Traveler's Amulet will keep. The Mutant's Prey is probably not going to be useful enough. So, these are more of the bounce stuff. So I think what we did was we cut 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 cards. So we needed to get from 59 basically, I think it was 59 to 36. So I think we still need like another 15 cards, more or less. At this point, you should go back through, and anything you went, maybe I'll keep it, you should probably pull. We got some card draw. I won't worry about this dude. Maybe he'll come back in the deck later. Into the Void is bounce 2 for 4. I'm going to pass on that one. Cloak Siren I like as an end of turn kind of dude, but we're not really playing end of turn. He is a 3/2 flyer for 4. I mean, I'm hoping that what I get is more stuff. Reclamation Sage is probably not. I mean, I like his abilities, but we're gonna pull him just because he's not creature effective. I don't know what the meta is. If the meta is basic standard, you might want to run Reclamation Sage, especially in this where you could bounce him and play him again and again. Peel from Reality actually works reasonably with this deck. Actually, don't mind this. We'll cut the Mana Fixer. I really am not a huge fan of cutting all the Mana Fixers. Undergrowth Scavenger, Graveyard Guy. Graveyard's not that interesting. So, what do we got? How many do we have to cut? Oh, that Coral Barrier's probably gone too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. Actually, that should be it. So we made all of our cuts. This is the final deck. Gonna shuffle it up a little bit. Hopefully 10 and 10 do it. Generally, you can actually sit down and take a pen and a paper and write out the total number of mana symbols you have. And then if you have more green than blue, you might want to swap out an island for a forest. There's also math you can do to find out the exact number of forests and islands you should have in your deck, but I don't like math. Probably why I'm not a great Magic player. I'm a very good Magic player who's prone to making really stupid mistakes. And also a good Magic player who doesn't have any money to actually buy Magic cards, so I make do with the junk that I have. Obviously you're like, well, why did you buy a $20 box of things? Well, because I wanted to A, make a video for you, B, put a lot of standard commons and uncommons that I don't have right now into my card pool, and C, because it was a cool looking box. Alright, so here I am scuffing up the sides of my cards. Luckily there's really nothing of worth in here. The green rare that we pulled from the pack might be worth something. More than $1 that it is currently. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, so I drew a 7 card hand. We got an Elvish Mystic in it and a Forest to power him out. So we're gonna get out some stuff quicker than possible. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep this hand. I'm gonna go ahead and also zoom in a little bit so you can see the play space. So there's the Forest and the Elvish Mystic. My second turn would be a draw. Drew a Crassus Incubator. I have Nissa's Expedition, Mnemonic Wall, Jace's Ingenuity, and Coral Barrier. So I'll drop that second island and play into the coral barrier. I did not pull a squid token from here, but I have my token binder nearby. You should always have a token binder. You never know when you're going to need a squid. 1/1 island walking squid. So there we go. Next turn, if that other player plays islands, I can start attacking. Ha 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 ha. Alright. You can see how the board I might actually have to zoom back out so you can see the rest of the board. I'll pull back a little so we can do it that way. Alright, so I'd be on turn 3. Did not hit another land, which is unfortunate. However, the cool part about Nissa's Expedition is I can convoke. It is a sorcery, so I'm going to have to do it at convoke speed, but go ahead and tap everything down to convoke to grab 2 lands and put them into the battlefield tapped. So 1 island, try to find a packet of lands somewhere, and 1 forest. So now I have all the mana that I need to cast basically almost anything in my deck. 1 more land, then I can play Terra Stomper. Would have been nice if that M15 pack that I opened had a Nissa in it. This deck would be a lot more interesting, I'll tell you that much. It'd be draw till you find Nissa. Alright. So we'd be on turn 4 now? 1, 2, 1, 2, I missed the... Yeah, we'd be on turn 4, I believe, and I have effectively 5 mana plus whatever I draw. Alright, so we have a life. We drew the Life's Legacy, so I can draw into something. If I need to draw, but basically what I'll do is I'll just tap, play the Shaman of Spring, draw a card. There's that land. So I've got the Shaman of Spring. Chilly, just chilling. And I got 2 open mana. Which is if I had that negate that I pulled out of the deck I could use. Hopefully there's an island, so I could swing for 2. I think we're on turn 5 now. I drew into a Frost Lynx, so I could drop that guy. I'll do it this way. I dropped a Frost Lynx, tapping something down. At this point I may just be trying to draw into cards, so I may hit this life. What I do is try to swing out with these guys. Hopefully I tap down the thing that was angry, so I can sacrifice him to Life's Legacy to draw 2. Another Elvish Mystic and a Charging Badger, which, well, I guess I tapped wrong then. So we'd be on turn 6 now, and I'm finally up to about the mana that I should have had. So on turn 6, I could tap 4 to lock something down. With Crassus Incubation, can't attack or block, and its activated abilities can't be activated. I can pay a green and a blue to return Crassus Incubation to my hand and put 2 counters on the enchanted creature. So end game, I can actually kind of start buffing my dudes. Most of the time, it works as something to lock down stuff. If somebody was going to Life's Legacy, that you can't, you actually can't return it in because it's actually as part of the cost. But if somebody was to kill their own creature and this goes away, you could pop it back in your hand and have it ready to use again. So here I'm just going to hit the Mystic and the Charging Badger, and I'm just gumming up the board right now. That way I can play this Mnemonic Wall. So I can pull back probably Nissa's Expedition. Play the Omen Speaker. That's Mnemonic Wall. That's Omen Speaker. Scry my 2. Frost Lynx and Vaporkin. No. Probably keep those on top. And then keep playing out. I'd probably play that Jace's Ingenuity. Probably should have played that before. So, not so bad. I'll probably try to shuffle this all back up one more time and open one more hand. This deck seemed to come out a lot better than the black deck. I could probably throw a couple cards into the black deck to pretend that they are the Evolving Wilds and play them against each other. I might do that for another video. Alright. So you don't have nothing. You can watch me shuffle. It's better than nothing, right? Watch me shuffle terribly here. Alright. Squid drop. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright. I got a whole load of lands in my hand. So you could consider ditching this hand and getting a new one. I won't. I'm gonna play these Evolving Wilds to fish up a land. Let's find something to pack. Alright. Let's get some Primodox, or not Primodox, let's get some Terra Stomper lands out. Gonna play that Terra Stomper and he's not gonna be countered. Alright, so turn 2. Go ahead and fix our mana. Nothing to play. Turn 3. Start playing some stuff. Play another blue. Put your Frost Links to tap down whatever angry thing he had. He doesn't untap during his turn. Untap here. And we start the magic. Roaring Primodox. Hopefully you can swing with the Frost Links because the things still tap down. Untap, upkeep. Return the Frost Links to my hand. So I can draw another card. 3 to play the Frost Links, tapping down something, and then play Voyage's End to tap to bounce something he has, scry into a island, which gets put on the bottom. Roaring Primodox roars in for 4, hopefully, because there's nothing there to block. Or the one thing's just tap down. He takes his turn, and I take mine. Bouncing Frost Links back to my hand. And it's all of the lands. All of the lands are for me, but luckily I'm tapping stuff down. Hopefully he still doesn't have anything in the way. And I didn't shuffle, because it's more lands. But you keep Frost Linksing until you found something. Ah, Divination would help. Draw into 2 cards. Omen Speaker. Scry up the next 2. Yeah, go ahead and leave that so you can draw into stuff. Yeah. And then you could, if you somehow, if he, ran out of draw cards, you could bounce the Omen Speaker to keep scrying your stuff. Not so bad. Alright, so that's the blue-green bounce, which actually turned out a little bit better than the black I thought would. Alright, so thank you for watching.